I bailed hay because I was out of town hanging out with you, Scott. It's the best day ever. I was mowing my yard and then kind of lost track of time, but I realized my yard was so long because I was in Atlanta with you. So, Scott, how are you doing this week? Now that, well, I mean, I'm sad because we aren't in person, but how was, I don't know, it was so fun. We got to hang out in your offices and hang out in person.
It was. It was so fun having you in Atlanta and giving you an opportunity.
It was so fun. We got to hang out in your offices and hang out in person.
I'm hearing a little bit of background noise. Are you hearing it? It's so fun having you in Atlanta and giving you an opportunity.
It was so fun. We got to hang out in your offices and hang out in person.
I'm hearing a little bit of background noise. Are you hearing it? It's so fun.
Yeah, let me fix that. Hold on one second. All right, I think we're good now.
Okay, thank you, man. See, we didn't have any of that when we were live and in person, right, Kayleen?
Right, totally. Yeah, we don't appreciate the reverb as much as we could. So, well, Scott, it was so much fun though to get to see your offices, and I don't know, the whole experience was great. So before we went on repeat, what were you about to say?
No, I was just saying that I loved having you here and getting to show you our new space and getting to hang out kind of like the old days, right? Going to dinner at the Mexican restaurant and just getting to hug each other, right? I mean, we kind of took that for granted before the pandemic. So I'm getting a little bit of feedback again.
It was so much fun though. Hey, Victoria, I think you're unmuted. I don't know.
Kind of like the old days, right? Going to the pandemic. So I'm getting a little bit of feedback again.
It was so much fun. Hey, Victoria, I think you're unmuted. I don't know.
Kind of like the old days, right? Going to the pandemic. So.
Yeah, if anybody has the Facebook Live running while they're doing this, then turn that off.
Thank you so much, Mitch. Awesome. Thank you. Sometimes, hey, technological things happen, especially with the bit of delay. And it was such a pleasure, too, hanging out in person and seeing what you've built with SAPCA. The office space was delightful, but what it really was hanging out with the friends there in the community and, getting to enjoy dinner and all these extracurricular things. It was just a nice reminder that we have friends in the construction industry everywhere all the time. And in fact, today's guest is our first international guest. So it's kind of cool to say, oh, we do have friends everywhere.
Absolutely. The Kayleen of Canada, I think, is what is the first name that came to my mind. I looked up Jamie McMillian, and I was just blown away with everything she's doing in Canada. And you mentioned this morning this designation that they have for journeyman in Canada, and I'm so curious to hear more about that. I'm sure you're going to talk with her. And I watched a video with her, and she had a T-shirt on that said journeyman, but the O had the little female symbol, which I thought was super cool, going back to something we were talking about last week, how journeyman is not a pronoun, right? It's not identifying male, female. It's identifying a person that works in the trades. And I'm sure you all will talk about that as well. But I'm just so excited to sit back and listen to what Jamie has to say. And the other cool thing, you mentioned this too, she is a journeyman first, right? She's an iron worker. She's a boiler maker, and that's her primary job, but she also takes time off to focus on promoting the skilled trades. And I just think that is so neat. And we were talking earlier, she also does a lot of volunteer work with a homeless shelter. So she's a really special person. And I'm so happy that you connected us and that we're going to get to talk with her today on Facebook Live.
Yeah, big time. It is. It's a good introduction to friends. And Scott, thank you so much. And I know that later on after this, you are going to meet with another part of our trades industry, the design team. This is something that's really important when we talk about construction and all these fundamental things that go into place. You are now completing the rest of your build for your office. And so I'm so sorry that you won't be able to join us for the rest of today, but Scott, please high five another one of our trade friends and associates, because it's all the same team. And again, if any of our folks listening have any questions, they can always reach out. But Scott, thank you so much for kicking off another virtual lunch.
Sounds good, Kayleen. I appreciate you. Thank you. Have fun with Jamie.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Jamie, hi. All right. So, I'm going to totally break down the fourth wall for all of our fans. I know Jamie, we're actually friends in real life. Like, we vacationed together and done stuff. So I'm very excited, Jamie, to get to interview you today because while, we clicked because we're tradies, it's really nice to actually get to hear more of your story. So first up, how are you doing today? Like, how's your Tuesday going?
It's so good. I'm so excited to be here and to see your face. Oh my God, everything's good. Everything's going great. And I'm about to enjoy the summer.
Oh, it's so good. I cannot wait. In fact, recently on my memories were coming up on like pictures of Grand Lake and going over Trail Ridge. I'm like, oh, Jamie's in Colorado. So it's very good. All right. So Jamie, let's talk about first, what is your organization? Let's talk first about your organization because I think it's pretty kick-ass. I mean, I don't know.
For sure. Thank you. So as a person who is authentically in skilled trades, it became very apparent to me a while back that we need to promote these opportunities because not enough people knew about them. There was very few women. In fact, I was the only girl on a job site once with 400 men, and it was challenging and fun. But I realized that there was a lack of education within the systems in schools encouraging youth to get into skilled trades. And so Kickass Careers began, and I started promoting skilled trades to youth through Skills Ontario and the Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program. And it just kept growing. And now I'm doing like 1 to 12 and hitting up as many youth as I can. I do at-risk youth. I go to all kinds of places and it's evolving. And we have a team of authentic, credible ambassadors. And I am super, super proud of it.
It is amazing and legit the best thing ever. I actually met you at an Ontario, sorry, that's my Colorado accent coming out, an Ontario convention. And not only did you have a great presentation, but then the booth and the photos and just kind of the repeat after that was amazing. But why were you inspired to start Kickass Careers? Because, tell me about your story. Tell me about how awesome you are. I already know. Tell our fans. Like, how did you come out of the trades? Tell me your story.
Well, I love being in skilled trades. And to be honest with you, when I was young, I hated school. I was not an academic student. I had severe learning disabilities, ADHD, couldn't concentrate. So I was that kid that was sent to the office and kicked out of school in like grade 2. My parents got a phone call and they were like, we've got to get this girl under control. So they put me in special education. And I just went through school hating it and not ever realizing that trades had a pathway. And I thought I had to go to college or university to be successful. And then it was years later after this convoluted journey of like being a high school dropout and hitting the party scene and not realizing where I can go and trying to find myself, that one day I ran into somebody that encouraged me to get into the skilled trades by chance. And it changed my life so much that it became my passion to promote this career.
I love it so much. And I love to, sometimes I think in any career journey, you have to be prepared for a little bit of challenge. And I love how this industry is challenging. It's fine. What do you like about being an iron worker? Like, because I have so much respect for you on a level I cannot comprehend. I cannot get up on a ladder without being like, will somebody please put their foot on the bottom? I'm a little over it. And you get on bridges, Jamie. Like, what is this insanity? What?
That's awesome. Well, I'm going to tell you, I have a very respectful fear of heights. I know that if I'm not tied off and I become complacent and I fall, I'm going to die, chances are, because sometimes I'm really high up on the iron. But I'm also an adrenaline junkie. And so that initial idea of being up on the steel and being up high and to me, I just love that. I don't get to do it all the time. I do a lot of different jobs across Canada. I've worked in gas and oil and steel plants and mines. And but what I love about trades most is that I'm physically active every day. I'm using my muscles, my brains, but I'm doing things smart and I get to learn. These are transferable skills. They help me with everything else outside of the trades. I remodeled my own home and I've done all these things. So it's just incredible being in trades.
Well, it is, you talk about remodeling your own home. We're making better consumers because now you can either do your own work or understand why you're paying for the job. But okay, so I can clearly see your passion for it too. And we've hung out in real life. Sorry, fans. I do have friends that'll bring on the show. Anyway, so what would you tell your high school self to then think about this industry earlier? Because I know you're doing this with Kickass Careers. So what are you saying to those teenagers that like clicks with them?
Okay, so the first thing that's really important is the credibility. So I can talk authentically about the trades, and so can everyone on the team. And that's, to me, very important. And we're showing students how important it is to gain these transferable skills. So I know a lot of schools are dropping shop programs and we're trying to fight to bring them back. I'm telling students, get into the shop class, take a construction class, learn how to maintain your home, take an auto class, learn how to maintain your vehicle, and do these things that are practical life skills. They're going to help you in every aspect of your life. And then if you love them, get into trades, join us. We need you in trades. Our infrastructure is going to fail. And we need to realize that everything, literally from the deepest mine to the furthest space station, is skilled trades. It's everywhere.
There is no place ever that I've met someone who isn't touched by construction. It blows my mind. But what I'm really curious about is that Canada is still dealing with the challenges of getting students involved, when I think Canada has led the way and really charged the way with the Red Seal program. And because a lot of our viewers, in fact, I don't want to like share too many stories, but I think the viewers that are going to crash the internet for us are US based. Can you please explain the Red Seal program to a layman? Please pretend I don't know. Like, it's so impressive.
Okay, so I will be very honest, I am not Red Seal. When I went through the ironworker program and got my apprenticeship, I did the CFQ. So it's a certificate of qualification. So the Red Seal is kind of different in some ways, because the Red Seal is a different type of exam. It's a lot more difficult as well, but it opens doors to much more opportunities, and it allows you to be able to pick up jobs not only across the country, but globally.
Wait a second, Jamie, that's how great Canada is. I didn't even know that there was like a layer before the Red Seal as far as a certification program. This is amazing. I don't know. I'm really impressed, because it does blend a level of credibility when you can say I am certified at this level, and universally everybody understands, like, oh, okay, you know how to do things that I do not understand. So all right, there aren't a lot of female ironworkers. Which, like, why? You know, I don't know. Like, I am afraid of heights, but what are you doing to show that women can do this? Besides, like, you're a badass. I'm actually, every time I talk to you, I'm like, every time we're done hanging up the phone, I'm like, I can walk on a bridge. And then in real life, I'm like, So beyond being very inspiring, what are you doing to encourage females to get into the trades?
I'm just showing up and showing them that women can be in the trades. And that's the important thing about having girls on the team too. Like, we have power line technicians and electricians and welders and sheet metal workers. And we just have all these women representing that are in these male dominated jobs. And we're showing that we can do it just as well as the guys. And I don't know where in society they decided to put women back in the kitchen and the house and say, you have to be a housewife, you have to have babies, you have to cook and clean. Because back in the wartime, women were doing all these things that the men were away and they couldn't do. And so we've done these things all along. So I don't know why society changed things so much, but we are there, we're making it work, we're making waves, and we're showing not only do we work really safely, but we have more patience, we're tedious, we're meticulous, and we're proving that on the job sites, we can work together as a team if we're willing to work together. And the men and the women bring different aspects to the jobs that make us an incredible team. So when we work together, like, there's just production, things get done, and it's great.
It legit is. It brings a different dynamic of communication onto a job site that sometimes is uncomfortable to start with, but I think once you get in the flow, you realize it's so much more well-rounded. Speaking of well-rounded though, side tangent, your ambassadors are amazing too. Oh, Jamie, I've met so many of them, and they're, oh my gosh, one of your ambassadors gave me some maple syrup that I never had the heart to put on anything. I drank it out of the bottle the whole time. I'm not kidding at all. And I just like finally took it out of the fridge. And so tell me a little about your website. Please, first of all, say your website so our folks can find it.
For sure. It's kickasscareers.org. And I'm just going to be clear here. The name of the company was named by high school students, and everything about Kickass Careers has been driven forward by students. So everything down to the way we represent, our presentation style, how we speak to the kids, our branding has all been supported and with the help of the students. So I take their feedback and I add it into every presentation. So our website is basically a directory of our ambassadors. And we have this, they're like brand ambassadors. They represent the programs, but they all have their individual brands and they all have their own individual trades and the things that they do. They go out to schools, they promote the trades just as well. And for us, this is just an opportunity to give more resources to people looking for women to speak to the trades. But we do have guys in the program too. We just don't have all of their profiles up yet. And we are growing. We have people across North America reaching out to us regularly to join the team. We just haven't set it up yet, but eventually we want to be that resource. It's almost like a speakers agency, but they're all their own, brand, and you deal with them directly.
Love it. I love it so much. And I've hung out with Penny, who was down below the pictures. It's so good. So, thrilled to be able to show up all these talent, and really thank you for putting this resource together, because like when I found NAWIC, I didn't know there was an association for women in construction at all, but you are really, there's been McKinsey reports and all other things, but the fact you're asking high school students, like, please name this, not always palatable, but it's a kick-ass career, Jamie. Like, we get to do what we want. And, you came out here and got to vacation for a week. Like, that's because we work in the trades. So, okay, geek out moment. What are some cool job sites you worked on? Like, I know some of them, but share them, please, with our viewers.
Okay, so that is something that I really love about the trades, is because I do have ADHD and I don't like doing the same thing every day. And so we're constantly working ourselves out of the job because we're building things and then moving on to the next place and the next place. Some of my favorite jobs, I got to work with the world's largest rigging and machinery moving company, where I was doing like cribbing and blocking and moving, like,
wait, hang on. Can you please explain what cribbing and blocking is? Because nobody knows that.
Absolutely. So for example, on one job, we had to move a 350,000 ton turbine. I hope I said that right. So we had to pick it up off a boat with all this rigging and put it onto a self-propelled modular trailer. We had to drive it 11 kilometers to a job site. And then we had to pick it up and put blocks. So it's like big cribbing blocks. So we have to take it off the trailer, sit it on these blocks. So we put the blocks in block piles, and then they would take it and move it around on the different job sites or where it had to go and put it into position. So I got to do really cool stuff. I got to work with some of the world's largest cranes while I was at that company. It was just an incredible job.
That's, I don't know, it's legit so fascinating seeing, when you're taking something off a boat and then you have to think of the weight displacement it's so much science happening constantly, and then physics, and then, this is why we're friends and we get to hang out. All right. And you've been really all over now, and it's really exciting to see how much you've leveraged your passion, genuine passion. Hey fans, Jamie's legit really excited about this. We're really people who like this industry. In fact, I don't want to say too much, but Jamie and I were driving over a pass in Colorado, and I found a tree stump that I fell in love with, and that young lady helped me put that into the back of my car, where I'm still not turning it into a table. It was so heavy, Jamie. It's so good. I gotta send you pictures. Anyway, sorry. This is like an inside thing. All right. Hey, your message has been spread. You really are doing a great job reaching out with students, but you are also partnering with the government of Canada. Tell me about that. What's up?
Oh, it's one of those aha moments where you got to pinch yourself and see, is this really happening? Because I love what I do, and I never expected this to blow up from a construction worker to a motivational speaker. I've been foreman, I've been safety person, but I never thought motivational speaker. And I never thought that I would be recognized by the Canadian government. And all of a sudden I get this phone call one day because my name kept coming up all over the place for this committee, and the government kept hearing about me. So they called me, and I am now one of 4 people across this entire country that was selected to work for Justin Trudeau's federal government for the advisory committee to help the government of Canada come up with a campaign to promote skilled trades as first choice pathways to youth. And it's the biggest honor. I can't even explain how I felt that day when I got that call, and to be on that committee and have the Prime Minister of my country announce my name and say Jamie from Kickass Careers on TV was the most amazing. I was in Colorado with you when that happened. It was awesome.
huge a giganto and a testament to the work that you're doing. And really, even this website that we've just pulled up, this is maybe an example for all of our viewers in the States on where we can eventually take our trades program. The fact that Canada is considering a trades first methodology with their education system is unique. And I really wish that the States would focus more on that. But Jamie, holy cannoli. I don't know. I'm sending you virtual high fives. I wish we could hang out in person. This would be something where, can you travel yet? How is Canada? How did COVID affect the industry in Canada?
So that's the one thing that COVID just proved to the whole world, is that construction is essential. And we need it, because the world can't shut down because of a virus. We need to keep going. We need electricity. We need plumbing. We need roofs over our head. We need factories. We need the economy to keep running. And that is what COVID proved. And I think that's one of the things that the government has really recognized. Our government up here, every single day, there's another announcement about the money that they're putting into infrastructure, to skilled trades, to programs, to promoting the trades. And they've actually gone from promoting it to youth and high schools, and now they're focusing on elementary students. Right?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the best. Sorry. Okay. All the high fives, because that I'm also passionate about, but that's been a difficult sell because people think elementary is too young. Like, why would you waste your time talking about the trades that elementary schools? But like, you play with blocks, you build blocks, you make money on blocks. But Jamie, congratulations. You really are. I'm kind of jealous. I mean, besides like you have Timmy's, and I do miss Tim Hortons. For those folks who don't know, they call it Timmy's up there. But also all the things that are happening. Your mentors and the people who are representing Kickass Careers are amazing. And, I love what you're doing. And I appreciate you coming on the lunch show so we could celebrate what you're doing. But really, you do have a team behind you. Can you share any of the success stories of your mentors that are partnering with you right now?
Okay, I'm gonna share one of my favorite stories, and it's so this is what happened. So I was invited to go to a school to talk to the class and be part of a program that we were kind of partnering on in this classroom. And I get up to the school and I'm in the woodshop class, and there's one girl in the program, and she's kind of like shy and like kind of reserved, doesn't want to come and talk to me at first. And then I go there, and she's in a class of 4. She's the only girl in this class. And after I left the class that day, I had given her my number. And I said, if you ever want to contact me, this is my phone number. If the guys give you trouble in the class, I'll come up here and I'll work with you. So I end up, her name is Deanne. So I end up becoming friends with this girl. And every once in a while she texts me. So I go up to the school to go hang out with her and hang out in the class with her. And I just build this rapport with her. And then one day I get a phone call from her, and she tells me that her parents, I'm going to get emotional. She tells me her parents are so excited about the impact that I've had on her life. She's now changing her career. She wants to get into the electrical industry. They invite me as a family member to her graduation. And I get to go, oh my God, it was amazing. And I got to sit in the audience and be part of this thing that was so phenomenal. And she did go off to college. Now she's doing a co-op to become an industrial electrician. Her family, her father has shaken my hand and said, thank you for changing my daughter's life. And now, as a pay it forward, I tell these ambassadors that I inspire like that, I will help you through everything, but you have to pay it forward and join the team and do the same for other people. And that's what the team is doing. And that is like what Deanne has done. And she's part of the team now. And it's just like stories like that just keep happening over. And I would love to tell stories about all the team. Sorry, team, I'm not telling you all your stories, but they all mean so much to me. They're like my family.
It is amazing and really fantastic. And, we just brought up pictures of you on the job site and all of your fantastic places, but please tell our fans the website where they can go to see more pictures of your amazing ambassadors.
Absolutely. It's kickasscareers.org. And from Kickass Grace, you will find all the ambassadors' profiles, pictures of them. And then you can also find all of our social media. So we're on, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We have accounts everywhere. So if you want to find us, please give us a follow. If you watch the show today, let us know. Give us a rating. And keep following our journey, because we're doing incredible things up here and in the United States. We have a couple people from the States on our team too, including Pat, who's down in LA, who's the co-founder of Kickass Careers, and we have this young girl, Paige, who's a plumber. You have to check this girl out. I keep telling her she needs to work with you because she works with skills as well.
Whoa, like come on over. You know, what's really nice is, you know, I've been up to talking about the skilled trades for the last 15 years, and for a long time, like you know, you thought we were alone, and suddenly now realizing there is a whole network of people who are really supporting all of this amazing opportunities. Okay, so you and I are both driven. Like, I think you and I keep thinking my family at some point will have an intervention where they're like, Kayleen, you should stop talking about the skilled trades. Like, I was at a wedding with one of my friends and we're dancing on the dance floor, and I looked down, I'm like, do you know how many people it took to put this floor together? It's like, stop it. And you and I are very similar with that. It's ridiculous. We've hung out in real life, so that's why fans, I know that she's similar. We're like international sisters, right? You know, it's pretty awesome. And so when do you think your mission will be complete? Like, when will you be satiated on this drive that you have?
Never. It's never going to go away. I will probably die standing on a stage preaching like a skilled trades missionary to the world about why this is so important and why everybody should give this a chance. It'll never go away.
I will go with you at the same time. I just imagine us both with our walkers, and like I'm gonna pull out my teeth and be like, no, really, or whatever. You know, it won't be polite, but I will be passionate still. We're both very, very old. Hey, one more question. You know, just because. All right, this side tangent. Like, why do you like working in this industry? What you talked about ADHD, which I get. I am definitely in that realm. I should have like diagnosis for adult onset, but why do you like this? Like, what is it for you that makes you excited to go to work?
Well, the opportunity to earn while you learn, the fact that you don't need to go to college or university to have this success. A trade is just like a college or university degree, in my opinion. It's the same thing, but you get paid to go to school, you learn while you earn, you're on job sites doing different things all the time. And to me, that's so cool because now you understand infrastructure and you can explain it everywhere. And that's the same. I'm the same as you. Like, I go out and I look at the infrastructure. I look at the welds. I look at the boat. Like, I just pay attention to everything. It opens your eyes to how big it is. It's so vast. It takes so much to comprehend how vast it is.
Oh, totally. You know, I didn't even know all of the opportunities until I was really into it. You know, for me, I wake up, okay, so I just got a manicure and I peeled one fingernail off, right? But I love like the reverse French manicure where underneath my nail is like so dirty. And there's something so rewarding about taking a shower at night and watching the water change color. Like, I kind of work in the trades sometimes for that level. Like, the money is great, the opportunities are amazing, but the simple, like, I feel like I earned my day and my worth. Like, there's something just so rewarding in it. And I don't know. So Jamie, okay, what's next? Like, where else? Please repeat your website again so folks can reach out and celebrate, and also hire you to come out and chat with folks. So please share again your website.
Again, it's kickasscareers.org. And yeah, come check us out.
I love it. I'm going to come up. We're going to go to Banff because that is like on my list of things to do. So Jamie, thank you a bazillion times over for joining me for lunch. I wish you were here. Like, you know, there's a table, like we could actually eat here. But I really look forward to having a chance to like hang out with you in person again. So thank you so much for hanging out with us this lunch. It was a ton of valuable information. And again, anything you want to find out as far as more information, you can check out Jamie's website, as well as text career path at 31996. And then next week, we're taking off because it is our American 4th of July. I know it's a little bit different in Canada, so we will not be here. But Jamie, thank you again so much for hanging out with lunch. I miss you, and I hope you have a really good rest of your week. And yeah, everybody call Jamie. She's pretty cool. She's cooler than I am, and she says a. Well, I don't know, the Canadian accent, but a. And I miss maple syrup. Anyway.
I miss the high altitude dance club. I watched that video the other day of us dancing in the mountains, and I was like, yes, we got to do that again.
Done. We will absolutely do so. So again, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for lunch. And Jamie, virtual
Erica, yes.
We'll see you all in the future time.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye-bye.